Okay, I'll make a little video of this, put it on YouTube. But what I want to do is I want to go through, I picked the first 4 questions from the algebra review exam that we took, a while back. Anybody that had trouble with one or more of those problems and whose grade wasn't at least a B, I pulled in so, we can get this stuff ironed out. All right, so let's look at these quickly here. The first one, okay, first one right here. Order of operation stuff. Now, what do we do with this? This order of operation stuff. PEMDAS, exactly. So how would that look if we want to go through the steps to simplify this? What do you think?
Start off with parentheses on the bottom.
Okay, start off with parentheses on the bottom. And which one first? The parentheses or the bracket?
You combine the symbol.
Okay, we got to work inside out. So we're going to start off with the inner parentheses, right? So on the bottom then, we're going to get this 4 times the quantity, 3 times whatever's in here. Well, what's in there? What's 2 squared?
4.
4. Okay. So I get 4 minus 3. What's that? 1. Okay, so that whole set of parentheses, inner parentheses, just reduces down to a 1. Right. Now, keeping in mind that when we've got a big ugly fraction like this, remember that we want to just get the bottom down to a single thing and the top down to a single thing, right? So we might as well be working through on the top at the same time. What do we do first on the top? Exponents. Good, because we're working our way down. Order of operations, right? So on the top, that 3 squared would become 9. Good. Not 6. A lot of people put 6 on that. Okay, next step. Yeah, multiply. On the top, we can just multiply, right? Because we can do parentheses, exponents. Now we're down to multiply, divide. 9 times 1 is 9. Good. And then we add 3 to that. And so on the top, what do we end up with? 12. Okay, let's go down to the bottom. Now on the bottom, if we work inside the brackets, what do? Multiply, good. 3 times 1, 3. So we've just got 4 times 3, which is what? 12, aha. Okay, and then our final answer is 12 over 12. So what does that simplify to? 1. Now, not 1 over 1, just 1. If we can write it as an integer, that's what we want to do. Okay? All right, so let's just check that out and make sure. Just make sure. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, that's a different problem. No wonder. Okay, well, it would have been right. I'm not sure why I did that. Sometimes when I do it as a preview, it acts a little funny. But it was right. That was definitely right. Okay, moving on. Let's see. The next problem I want to look at is number 2. Okay, so solve the equation, round your answer to decimal places if necessary. So we got one like this. X minus negative 3 is 6. Now, I'm not sure. I think if people were to redo the test now, this probably wouldn't be an issue. But for some reason, when we did the test, it was. So let's take a look at it anyway. So X minus negative 3 equals 6. What's it mean to subtract a negative? Add. Okay, so we can rewrite that as X plus 3 equals 6. So what's the one step we got to do to get the X by itself?
6.
There we go. Subtract 3 from each side and just get X equals 3. Okay, good. So We got it. All right. Moving on. Okay, what about this? Now, one thing that's important to do here is rewrite this. We don't want to use these diagonal slashes. We want to rewrite the problem before we even start. So this should become 2/7 times x equals 23. Okay, now what do we do to undo that multiplying by 2/7 and isolate the x here? Good, good. Now, technically we're dividing by 2/7, but that's awkward with fractions. Instead, we always multiply by the reciprocal to get rid of the fraction. So, if we do that, now on the other side, 23 times 7/2, that's fine, but if I want to think of the 23 as a fraction, what goes in the bottom? A 1. So now we get the cancellation we want. Notice that the 2's cancel and the 7 cancel, and we get our x by itself. What about the other side? What do I do when I multiply fractions? Straight across. If I could reduce, cross cancel, I would, but I can't. 23 over 2 doesn't reduce, does it? So I get 23 times 7. Well, what's 20 times 7? 140. What's 7 times 3? So what's 140 plus 21? Yeah. 161 over 2, and then if we put that in our calculator, what do we get? Put that in the calculator, 161 divided by 2, we get 80.5. So let's try that. Okay, we got it. Okay, all right, we got it. Moving on. Last one for today. I'm just going to take these in pretty small chunks. We'll just, we'll look at the next 4 tomorrow. I don't know if we'll do it every day this week, but within, week and a half or so, we'll get through all of these. So number 4, what about this guy? So we've got, let me rewrite that so you can see it a little better. We've got 4x plus 4 times the quantity, 9x plus 2 equals 3. So talking about that, what do we do there if we want to solve for x? Isolate the x. How many x? Do you see one x up there? 2x. See 2 x's, so we can't isolate it yet. What do we have to do first? Distribute. Got to distribute. Distribute the 4, and that's going to give me 4x plus what?
36x.
36x plus 8. Okay, that's better. Now we're almost there. If I combine like terms, what's 4x plus 36x? 40x. And then while we're at it, if the x's are going to be on the left side, where do we want the numbers to be?
Right side.
On the right side. So if we subtract 8 from both sides, what are we going to get? -5. Okay. Then last step, divide by 4. And there's x. X equals negative, we want this as a decimal, so -5 over 40. So if we turn that into a decimal, -5 divided by 40, we get -0.125. Now what is that if I round it to 2 decimal places? Yeah, -0.13. That 5 pushes the 2 up to a 3, doesn't it? Okay, so if we put that in, negative 0.13. We got it.
Yes.
Okay. Make sense?
What reference?
Okay, so that's it. That's all I'm going to do for today.